Hello. Hello, hello. How is everyone today? So welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. I'm so excited for our guest, and she is going to be the first on our new platform. Whoop, whoop. She's an old bestie from Colorado. So we have Miss Jenna Laurise, and we are going to be just talking about discovering your authenticity. So let's welcome her to our live.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's been so long.
I know. It's been a really long time. I think since like high school to actually see you face to face.
I know. I love
it's exciting.
It. Have different hair.
I know. I love it. I love your hair.
So fun fact, guys, we actually used to grow up together in Colorado, which is where I'm from. And we used to sing karaoke, and we used to just dress up, and we just used to have so much fun back.
And we used to do musical theater together.
Yes. So it's so exciting. You've continued your singing journey, which has been so much fun and so neat to see you do. It's been such a pleasure. And you've always been such a hard worker, which I have so much respect for. And you have always been your true self.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your journey.
Okay. Well, my journey is an interesting one. I grew up doing musical theater and I loved it. And I had this dream of going to Broadway and all kinds of stuff. But then I sort of took a detour. I moved to California, went to college, got my undergraduate degree from Cal State Long Beach.
Okay.
In music performance and vocal performance. And worked for Disneyland performing. That was really fun. But then I fell in love and while I was in college and got married, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And then we sort of took a detour. My husband and I were pretty dedicated to our church, and we went into the full-time ministry for several years. We moved to Vegas and we did all these things, and I still did music, but it wasn't at the forefront. I led music ministry in our church and stuff like that. But there came a certain point in my life, as I got older, I was just really regretting that I didn't do that. I knew that I wanted to use my talents to inspire the world. So in 2004, actually my dad, he was on his deathbed and he said, Jenna, he was dying of cancer. And it was a really sad time for me. But he said, I just see you doing music and performing. He's like, the ministry is great, but your true calling is music. Yes. And so at that point, I sort of changed. My husband and I sort of retired or I guess you could say, got out of the ministry. And I immediately went into performing professionally at the Country Dinner Playhouse and some other places. Okay. We had moved back to Colorado at that point. Oh, my God. Started a family. We have 2 boys.
I love it. Yes, and one of your boys' names is Cameron, which was my high school sweetheart. And
I remember that.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah, I totally remember that. So it was that was the first journey of me being authentic to who I am, because I knew I needed to go back down that path because there was so much more I could do, I think. I feel like.
And you have so much talent, and you're so giving, and you're just so loving and so passionate. Which is just so beautiful to see.
Thank you.
So your most current work that you did was on Vanderpump Rules, which we all know it's a popular show on TV, which I'm a huge fan of it. So shout out to Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah.
And your song you wrote and then you sing also, and it was in Jackson Brittany's wedding scene, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so tell me about how that went. How did that happen?
So I actually started songwriting about 2009. I went back to get my master's in jazz and we had to do a lot of writing. Okay. And I didn't realize that was one of my true callings. I started writing and I was like, oh my gosh, I was meant to do this. And so I just started writing with other people and collaborating with other people to learn and to grow and getting feedback. So I started submitting my stuff to this organization called Taxi, which they place things in, they help you to find placements in like film and TV and stuff.
Very cool.
Because I felt like as an artist, one of the best ways to get out there is just to get your stuff in film and TV, because you can reach the whole world that way. As you know, because
good tip. I love it.
yes, as you know, like this, everything that we do live or on TV helps to get your message out. So it took me it took me about 9 years to get my first placement in film and TV. And I did not give up, because it's kind of like being called back. You know, you'd get shortlisted. I'd get shortlisted for all these things. And I have all this music signed with music publishers. And then I would get like rejection after rejection and be so close, like hundreds and hundreds of times. So I think the biggest thing for me was I'm not going to give up, because I'm so close, you know? And so this year, finally, I got an email from my music publisher. Yay! Pedro Costa at InStyle Music. Him and his wife are fantastic. They're amazing. And found out that it was on the show twice, actually. So
very cool. Very cool. So how have you found your voice, like your own unique style? Did it kind of just happen over time, or did it happen overnight, or was it something that just kind of was like, okay, this is who I am, this is my style, and this is what I'm sticking with?
That's a really good question. I think a lot of artists, whether you're like a music artist or a visual artist, or you create statues, like you're constantly transforming into something new. For me, like I've gone down like all kinds of different roads to kind of figure out what is my sort of brand or style. And for me, it's more a message than the style. Like the message of just like positive, inspirational, like happy. It's funny because I used to write these really angsty, moody songs, and then I found it harder to write happy songs. It really is harder to write happy songs. But if you truly write happy, inspirational songs, like they can be very deep. Like my song Waves that was placed, it was actually written after my stepdad died, and I was really close to him. So yeah, it's been a process and a journey, and it's a continual process and journey.
I love that. And I feel like you said how you went through this hardship and then something really beautiful came out of it. I feel like a lot of artists can be inspired going through difficult, challenging hardship times.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I started reading Brene Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection at the beginning of the year. And I was like, my goal this year is to be authentic and this and that. And then a couple months later, like the pandemic hit. And I feel like everybody has just gone through hard times, no matter who you are, no matter what's your situation. And I feel like I was like, this is a perfect book. And I started doing personal therapy I have a therapist. She's amazing. And you know, I'm still working through so many of those things. And one of the best ways to do it is through writing.
Yeah, so, I love it. I love it. So how long does it take you to write something that you're working on, a song?
You know, I have written songs in 20 minutes from top to bottom. I've written songs in 2 years. So it really depends on the song. And like, I'll come up with an idea, and then all of a sudden, like, sometimes it just flows and I can write the whole song, you know? Yeah.
For me. Yeah, that's so exciting.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm seeing for me, I love when the choreography flows.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
I know. I love what you do too. It's so amazing and beautiful. And I'm so inspired by you.
Miss you.
I know, you too.
So long. So as far as some tips, if someone was to say, well, how do I be authentic? What are a couple tips that you can give to us?
So I would say one of the biggest things that I've learned for me is doing what your passion is. And whether you do that and you get paid for it, or you do that and you don't get paid for it. Like if you're not doing like what your deep down passion is, like there's always going to be that regret, you know?
Yeah.
And so daily, like, what does that mean on a daily basis? Like one, just finding what that passion is. Maybe you don't know what your passion is. So, you know, go and figure out what that is.
Okay.
But then also I think digging deep into your own personal, like, heart and soul and digging into your authentic self. Like every day I read either self-help books or I read the Bible, even like I'm inspired by different people. And then I meditate with like YouTube music, and I sort of pray and I meditate every single day, because I know like I have to process things.
Yeah.
And so probably you do too.
Yes. I'm going to do that more though. I don't do it enough. I don't do it every day. And so you've inspired me to do that.
I've just found if I don't do it, like, so I'm definitely an empath. I think a lot of people are empaths.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that every day, like it builds up, and then all of a sudden I'm not okay. And I'm like working too many hours and I'm not taking care of myself. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what's wrong with me?
I totally. So is there some upcoming projects that you have that you want to share with us?
So I do have some songs that I'm going to be coming out with. I have this really cool electro swing song, actually, that I did with a great co-writer in Virginia. His name is Vince Constantino. And actually my son helped produce that one as well. He produces. So, and we have some songs signed together. So that one's totally different because it's very different than like electro pop, but it is got elements. It's electro swing. So it's kind of fun. It's got all these really fun elements. And then I also have a song that I'm writing, and it's about I'll miss you for a million tomorrows. Because I think all of us have lost somebody in some way. And it's just like an inspirational, I think it's going to be like a pop. So I'm working with some producers and stuff on that right now. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes. Is there anyone that you would look forward to collaborating with in the future?
All kinds of people. I mean, I'm really lucky right now. I have tons of people that I collaborate with, and people that like contact me and they're like, hey, I want to write this song with you. And I'm like, cool. But you know, if I could collaborate with anybody, I don't know, probably like Ed Sheeran or something cool like that, because he's got a cool vibe. Even though he's different sort of than my style, you know, but he's an amazing songwriter and a really cool, like down to earth person, you know?
Shout out, Ed. So where can we find some information on you?
So you can go to jennalaurise.com. It's JENNALAURISE.com. And then on Facebook, it's the same thing, Jenna Laurise. And then Instagram, I believe it's Jenna Laurise Music. Yeah.
Cool. Yay. So was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
So I would say, is there a way that I could, how much time do we have?
Do you want to play something?
Yeah. I wanted to play you one of my happy songs.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So this is a song that is on my second album that I wrote, and this was the first happy song that I wrote. So I wanted to share that with you because I didn't think it was possible to write happy songs, and now I love writing them. So here it is. This is called You Are My Happy. You're irresistible, unforgettable. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're unbelievable. It's conceivable that I could fall in love with you. 'Cause you are my happy. You put the string right in my step. I could run 1,000 miles to be with could conquer the world and back because of you. And I need you. You are my happy. It's integrity, your simple honesty that keep me coming back for more. Your rebel vibrancy, and it connects with me. You illuminate my soul, 'cause you are my happy. You put the spring right in my step. I could run 1,000 miles to be with you. Woo! How could I ever live without you? I could conquer the world and back because of you. And I need you. You are my happy. Yes, I need you. You are my happy.
Woo! I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yay! So it's totally different than my current style, but it's got that vibe of hopefully like you feel happy after listening to it.
I was like grooving. I was feeling it.
Yeah.
So what is it that you want to be remembered by?
So I want my legacy to be I want to be remembered as a woman who loved deeply, who lived passionately, and who inspires the world. I'm going to say inspires and inspired when I go the world with the music and the life that I created. And, hopefully they will be inspired.
Of course. You've already been inspiring others right now. So.
Thank you so much.
It has been
awesome.
Such a pleasure, and I'm so connected. And we are going to stay in touch a lot more.
Yes, definitely. Thank goodness for social media. That helps a little bit. You're awesome. And I am inspired by you too, Jackie. Really, truly. You've been a great inspiration to me.
Oh, love you.
Love you too. Mwah!
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Follow on Facebook, follow on Instagram, Elegant Jacqueline, and then follow on YouTube page. Ignore my kinesiology tape. All the issues.
It's probably good.
Right. All right, love. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Remember to follow.